Hi art students, today we're going to be glazing our coil pot. The first thing that we need to do on our coil pot is of course sand down any imperfections. Like here I can use some sanding. It's just really important when you sand this that you're really gentle around some of these coils because they're still very fragile even though your piece has been fired. So when you're sanding like in these areas here, just you don't want to put a lot of pressure here because you don't want to break these coils off. But the first thing you want to do is go ahead and sand in any imperfections and then rinse your piece off with water before you start glazing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now and then I'll be ready for my glazing step. Coil project, we are going to use the High Fire Glazes, which can be found in the back to the right of the underglazes. You're going to find a binder back there that says Potter's Choice Glazes. This book is used to see the colorant of the glaze better than the tiles that I have. The great thing about these glazes is you have the ability to layer, okay? And that is what I want you to do with your coil pot, is create some sort of layered effect. So you can see here, I'm actually going to use this one, the Indigo Float over the Tomoku. So you're actually going to use two glazes to create that look. Okay? And you can also use more than just two on your pot, but at least layering two. If you'd like to layer other ones, that is also fine. So the first thing you need to do is decide on your glazes. Once you've done so, you need to go back and get them. So I'm going to be layering these two. Please notice in the book, it will tell you the order in which to use the glazes. So for example, Indigo Float over Tomoku. So if Indigo Float's going over the Tomoku, that means I have to use the Tomoku first and then apply the Indigo Float on top. It does matter which order you apply them. Okay, if I apply the Indigo Float first, it will look different. So just keep that in mind. The bottom glaze color is always the one that goes on first, and you'll do 2 coats of each. So 2 coats of Tomoku and 2 coats of the Indigo Float in order to achieve the color in the book. Alright, so I'm going to start by putting 2 coats of Tomoku on. Make sure that you don't glaze the bottom. That stays nice and free of glaze. Have 2 coats of the Tomoku on. It's really important at this point to let this dry completely before I go ahead and apply my 2 coats of the other glaze on top. Okay? It has to be completely dry so they don't mix together. We're layering, we're not mixing. Okay? And notice I stopped here because I'm going to paint like the next 3 coils a different layering pattern. So don't think you have to glaze this all just one color or one layering pattern. You can layer in different ways, use different colors. It's just really important to note that all the glazes that go on your coil pot must be cone 5/6. It's a high fire glaze. You cannot use low fires, underglazes, or engobes on this piece along with the high fire because it goes in the kiln at a different temperature. Our goal is, for those of you who are juniors and seniors, is to have these 4 pieces glazed and ready for the kiln by Tuesday when you walk into class. That means that if there's anything you haven't finished by the end of Thursday's class, that you're going to get those glazes and take this stuff home, work on it on Friday and work on it on Monday, because when we come in on Tuesday, we're going to be starting planning your first project in here in our sketchbooks. If you are one of my sophomores, that means that I will see you more often, and the last day we're going to work on glazing in class will be on Monday. So you will essentially have Friday and Monday to finish these 4 pieces and get them ready for the kiln. And then we will start your first project on Tuesday as well. All right, have a nice day.